Air dry clay is a wonderful craft material. I'm Sarah, and in today's video I'd like to share with you some air dry clay gift ideas. I love to make DIY gifts at Christmas, birthdays and other special occasions. My rings are in the dish, so we can begin. Air dry clay is very affordable and many of these projects don't take too much clay, so you can make many out of one block of air dry clay. In this first project I show you how to make a really simple trinket dish. You can create any simple shaped dish in this way. I have drawn a very basic Christmas tree shape. I've created a paper template to cut around so that I can cut this shape a few times. If you're a beginner, I recommend rolling your clay out fairly thick. This will help the sides of your trinket dish stay up. I often get asked how I make the base of my item nice and smooth, and all I do is pick it up, smooth it out and put it down on my tile. I want to bring up the side of the clay, so I have a small amount of water. We really don't want to use very much water on the air dry clay, and I'm going to use my thumb and my fingers just to tease up the edge, just like this. It does take a little bit of encouragement, but hopefully you find that the walls do stand up that little bit like they are here. If you do find that the walls keep falling back down, leave the clay out just for a short while to start firming up, and then you can repeat this process again. Pencils or paintbrushes could be used to prop up the sides. I've used the template and made two more the same. These are starting to dry now, and as they do, I can give them a little bit more shape and a little bit more smoothing out. Until they are dry, which they now are, and they're beautifully white and beautifully smooth. I rub them over with some fine sandpaper to make them this smooth. Even though they're gorgeous and white, I decided to spray them with some black glossy spray paint, giving them thin coats of paint and allowing them to dry in between the coats. You can paint these however you wish. I'm going in with some gold spray paint now, and to add a little bit of effect I'm going in with a scrunched up plastic bag and just dabbing and to get a nice effect on there. Paint them however you wish or to match your decor. Air dry clay is not food safe, but these would make lovely little trinket dishes. And I absolutely love how these turned out, and they'd make a wonderful gift. I love to doodle and create cute designs like these, and so I'm going to make some of them out of my clay. You can make so many of these out of a small ball of air dry clay. You can cut them out and use them as templates like we did with the trees, or you can use my transfer technique. Take your time and cut these out with a sharp knife, or if you don't have one you can use a kitchen knife or even a sharp pin. I've rolled the clay out to about 7mm in thickness. I find a light tapping motion on the edges works really well to begin with. You can add any details with any tool you have, and you can take a small bit of water on a soft paintbrush and smooth out all those edges. These ones I've had drying are now lovely and dry, and we can take some fine sandpaper and just smooth them down even more. You can skip this step if you prefer a more rustic feel. Even a simple heart looks really lovely, and you could write on it something like pocket hug, and that would make a really lovely gift as well, to pop in with a card for someone you love. With a fine brush I'm painting these with some acrylic paints. I'm going to turn these little designs into some pegs, like I have these shop bought ones. I've just got myself a plain pack of pegs. I'll use some super glue and glue these on, making sure they're varnished before you glue them on. Add some of your favourite pictures to a bit of string and these will make a gorgeous gift. I love to give plants as gifts, and I'm sure they're very much appreciated, and I sometimes like to add a little handmade planter to go with it. Here I have 250 grams of clay, so I'm going to make quite a small planter, so if you'd like a bigger one, obviously start with a bigger ball of clay. This is what we call the pinch pot technique. Inserting your thumb into the clay and working around with this motion. I go into this technique much more in one of my other videos, and I shall link that video below in the description. I've just started to use a flat spatula for this kind of motion. It is a lot of fun and you'll have to try it. Work evenly all around your air dry clay pot. I have this mini plant, and so this is what I'm making the planter for. So as I go along, I make sure I'm making it to the correct size so that I can fit this little plant inside. Once I'm happy with the size, I'm taking a small amount of water on my finger and smoothing out the clay. I want this to be a hanging planter, so I'm taking a paper straw and I'm making 3 holes near the top rim. You could leave it to dry at this stage, but I would like to add some texture to mine, so I'm going to make it all dimply, leaving the top rim nice and plain. I've got one of my larger paintbrushes here, and I'm just using the very end of it to make some rough dimples into the clay, making them big and small, as you can see there. When holding a clay item like this, make your hand into a nice paddle shape, nice and solid, and you want to just make the marks in like this. You don't want to stick your fingers into the clay. I'm really happy with that, so I'm now going to let it sit and dry. Rest it onto a smooth surface so that it won't get stuck. The planter is now completely white and fully dry. I'm smoothing out the top edge on a piece of sandpaper. The dimples and the texture mean that you don't have to sand the main body of the planter. It's now time to paint it as you wish. I have some white acrylic paint that I'm just putting around this top band, as I'm going to leave that white, and then I wanted a slightly different look on the main body of it, so I'm taking some watercolour and very loosely painting this all over the main body of the texture of the clay. And it's starting to look really lovely already, and you can make this as rustic or as smooth as you wish. I'm taking a little bit of the white acrylic paint and just going over that texture with a bit of a dry brush effect. I then finish it off with several coats of spray varnish, but you use whatever top coat you find works best for you. I always do this part of the project outdoors. We can now use some string or some rope to hang our planter, as this is going to be a really cute hanging planter. For a larger plant pot, you obviously would want to use some thicker rope like this, but some of this twine is going to work well for this miniature planter. So that I can use this and put water in it, I'm going to cut a section of this bag out and glue it all around inside there, just in case any water gets loose. Or you could add polyurethane varnish, as I do in some of my waterproofing videos. I'm taking 3 double strands of this rustic string, looping it together and tying a knot at the rim of the planter and then all together at the top. There are many different macrame knots that you could use and make this even more unique. But simple and basic works well for me. I'm really pleased with how this has turned out, and it would make a lovely gift, but I think I'm going to keep this one for myself. So I'll have to go on and make some more, as I know some friends that would love one. For this next air dry clay project, I'm going to take a small circle of felt and a needle and thread to make a running stitch right around the rim. And if you haven't guessed it, this is going to be an air dry clay pin cushion. Having made a running stitch right around the edge, I can pull this a little tight, then get some toy stuffing or some scraps of fabric and stuff this inside. Pull tighter and then secure with some more stitches right across the gap. If you don't want to make this part, you could find a little small round sponge or something similar and use that instead. With the clay, I'm going to make a little snail shape. This is going to be the snail's body and its head, and the little thing we've just made is going to be the snail's shell. Use your fingers to form and shape the clay like this. The good thing about doing something like a snail or doing something from nature, it doesn't have to be exactly perfect, and you can do it a bit cartoony if you wish, and it doesn't have to be perfect, just see what sort of shape you can come up with. Using a little water on my fingers, I've smoothed it out there. You can add any details you wish. Here I'm just going along with some lines with my knife, but you can add any texture you wish. Then take your little soft ball and make sure it fits in place. I'm going to use a couple of pins for the antennas. Using some things that you have round on your table, and prop up the little snail and leave it to dry. My snail pincushion is now completely dry and it's ready to paint. Again, I'm using some watercolours for this, but you can paint yours with acrylic if you wish, or just go straight in with a varnish and leave it white. Such a cute gift, and a practical one too. Varnish the clay and glue the felt in place. Personalised coasters are a really great gift, and we can make these out of air dry clay as well. Roll your clay to the required thickness, turn it over and smooth out that clay. Then we can turn it back down and smooth out the top side. I have some cookie cutters here, and just to make them a little bit different, I'm using these hexagonal ones. Don't forget to roll up your unused clay and pop it back in the packet for your next project. I've patted down some of the edges, and with a soft damp paintbrush I'm just smoothing out those edges, and I can leave them on my tile to dry. I find that drying them on my smooth tile does keep them nice and flat, but if you struggle with them curling up at the edges, you can put something like a plank or a chopping board like this on top, and they will dry even slower, and they should remain nice and flat that way. The clay is fully dry and I've given them a light sanding. I'm going to paint one half of these, so I'm taking some sticky tape and some paper and some thin acrylic paint and flicking and splattering some dark green paint over them, adding a slight contrast colour of some orange. I let this acrylic paint dry fully and then I can remove the tape. I love how these are looking already, but we can add some personalisation and add some names onto these. I've printed this text out at home, and I'm again going to use my transfer technique. This time using it so that I can paint over our names in whatever acrylic paint colour that I wish. I think next time I make these I'm going to make them slightly larger, but I'll be definitely making some more because I think they're absolutely wonderful. They'd be really nice with a simple initial on as well. That way it might be just a little bit easier to paint, or you could go for something more and you could write Merry Christmas on them or something else like that. Once the clay is completely dry again, I go in with a very fine paintbrush and my acrylic paint. You do need a steady hand with this font, so if you haven't got that steady a hand, maybe go for a thicker font. I really do love my new coasters and I can't wait to use them, and I am going to have to make some more as some air dry clay gifts and gifts for this Christmas. To be useful as coasters, I have coated them with a resin. I'll share this process with you in another video. I have a small ball of clay that I've just flattened slightly and made lovely and smooth. I'm taking the end of one of my old paintbrushes and making a hole through the centre, just like this. I've let the clay dry completely, and now I'm going to add this lovely R onto it, in the same way as the last project. And hopefully my friend Rachel is going to love this as a gift. Now taking my time to paint the letter R in some acrylic paint with my fine brush again. I find every step of these projects really therapeutic, and I hope you do too. Don't worry if things don't quite go to plan, just try and enjoy the process. Coating in resin, adding some cord and a tassel, this makes a lovely key fob. I've seen many people use air dry clay as essential oil diffusers, and this is a fantastic gift idea if it works well. So you make your air dry clay, you let it dry, you don't coat it in anything, and then you add your essential oils to it, then place on a tray or hang in your room for some gorgeous scents. The pegs that I made earlier could also be made into some little magnets, so you just want to get yourself some magnet backs and super glue these to the back of the clay. But one of my favourite gift ideas is definitely pin badges. You can make the designs like we did for the pegs, and then add your choice of pin back to the back. I now like to coat my pin badges in resin, and this enables the pin back to super glue on really well, or to resin on in place really securely and give it that shiny glossy look, and I absolutely love them, and they make some fantastic air dry clay gifts. I do hope you've enjoyed all these projects and get some inspiration from them. I certainly have enjoyed them all, and I hope you have a go at making some of them. I have many creative videos over here on my channel, so please do take a look, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.